empty. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna wait a little bit to start to show you the beautiful Waikiki Beach. You can see in the distance my condo's right there on the beach, and then you see Diamond Head, and you see the Waikiki, whole Waikiki area. There's Duke's, my family room. Further down is the Moana. I call that my living room. Outrigger canoes. Golden sunrise. Good morning from Waikiki Beach. Cindy's here with me. Let's see if we can show you the outrigger canoes. So these canoes, big canoes. Cindy's famous now because last, April or May, when the surf was like 20 foot plus out here in Waikiki, we paddled out in these outrigger canoes. Pat, me, Cindy, Captain Pat, not here right now. A few Aussies that used to paddle those life rescue boats. Get in the boat. Hey Jason, let's see each other today. Let's get together, dude. Anyway, they used to paddle. They were kind of like mushy arms, no strength. So really, it was me and Cindy paddling. We paddled out, barely made it over these huge bomber waves. Doesn't usually, we may have 1 or 2 days a year where it's 18 to 20 foot plus on bases here. Anyway, we paddled out. No one was out on the outer. I mean, we weren't at Canoes, which is famous because that's where the canoes surf, and all the other surfers do too. You see them in the distance. But we were out past First Point, way out past there. You can tell where you are in the water because of the lineups. You can see, okay, there's the aquarium, there's Diamond Head in the background, and then you kind of line it up like this, and here's Duke's, and here's the hotel in the background, and you get your kind of crosshairs. Never paddled into a wave that big in an outrigger canoe, and Cindy was #1. So she's famous now. When you're #1 in the canoe, you drop in like this. The wave was bigger than this canoe. You can show the canoe a little bit. You see how big the canoes are. They're big canoes, but they're bigger than that. And so she's famous in Waikiki. As we walked along the beach, people going, all the other beach boys would tell me, "Brah, you see those people out there in the outrigger canoe? You know, shouldn't be out there. It's going to be suicides. They shouldn't be out there like that." And I go, "Yeah, that was us. That was Cindy, #1 in the canoe." As we dropped in, I had to crawl out on the ama and like sink it, the outrigger, so it wouldn't hoolie and flip. We went drop in, and then go really fast, about maybe not even 1/8 of a mile, and then came over the boil, made a right turn. That was fine. We weren't going to hoolie. Then we turned back left, and then it started the hoolie. I crawled it on the ama again. I went back through the surfers this time, and they're like, "Oh no!" So after about 30 seconds, we zipped through the surfers, and then it reforms again. We go left to crawl it on the outrigger again, so it doesn't flip over. And we go. We ran over one surfer actually, but he dived down low. I don't think we killed him. And then that was how Cindy became famous at Waikiki Beach, because she was #1 in the canoe. That means she sets the pace. So I decided we'd talk about that today. Ho'olei, paddle hard. There's another saying. Everyone paddle hard together in the canoe, and we're at what it is. We're in this boat together. We're in this Catholic catechism. We're in the Catholic Church, the bark of Peter. But if you're one of those Aussies that was sitting in there like, "Oh, I can hardly paddle. My muscles are all mushy." If you're one of those, you're just along for the ride. It's time for you to get strong, and you get strong through adversity. You get strong by spending time in the Catholic catechism, getting formed. I'm reading John Paul II's writings now about the conscience and about social justice, one of his writings. He says, yeah, we're all born with a conscience, but we need to have it formed, and we can really learn how to apply what our conscience is telling us by spending time in the Catholic catechism and Catholic social teaching. My friend Jason Jones, I'm not going to tell you the name of his books, just go online and get them both. One of them is very much I wouldn't say a white paper, but a very deliberate look at social justice, and that's The Race to Save Our Century. And the second one is, I even forget the name, but they're both good. One's a little bit more heady and one is more like application. But Jason Jones is the man. He's a local brother here in Waikiki, over there on the other side. I can see his house from here. But he speaks 180 times. He's on more radio shows than I've ever been on in 1 year, more than I have been on in a lifetime. He's just a great Catholic, a man who stands for the most vulnerable. So anyway, if you're going to be in the canoe, you better get strong. You got to paddle. You can't just be along for the ride. No one likes that. What happens when you paddle for a wave, you got to really want it. When it's a big wave, you got to really, really want it. Otherwise, you're going to purl. Canoe's going to do this, head over tail, or going down the line, it's going to huli. You want to get into the wave early, and that means everyone's got to be paddling. Everyone's got to be paddling. When you see people sitting in the princess chair with their backs, some of them sit in the princess chairs, they're looking back at us who are paddling. You don't want to be the princess in the princess chair, man. You want to be paddling hard. So get into the catechism, spend an hour in prayer every day, get physically fit. That's why we're here. We're going to be doing about 10 to 15 miles every day, training, surfing, paddling, and beach walking. Get yourself in spiritual shape. Keep yourself in spiritual shape. And then when you get in the canoe, when we really need you, you're going to have the strength to do it. So what I'm trying to say is, ho'olei, paddle hard, live your life every day as a disciple, studying and then sharing the gospel. What good is a canoe if it's sitting on the beach? Get out there, paddle, and share the gospel with people. Not just in how you serve, not just on what you do, but actually speak the words of encouragement to people, okay? Anyway, tomorrow I'll be coming to you from Waikiki Beach. We're coming to you from Waikiki Beach right now. I'm going to show you my condo over here. It's right there, just above where those people are. The only condo on the beach of Waikiki. How does that happen? I don't know. Jason Jones, I love you. We got to see you today, tomorrow, every day. We'll come over to your house, see your keiki, and work on your new podcast. Aloha. Ahuiho. Viva Cristo Rey.